Shakespearean actors. Since the late 16th century, a multitude of performances have showcased William Shakespeare's plays. During his lifetime, acclaimed works were enacted by the Lord Chamberlain's men and King's men at the Globe and Blackfriars theatres. Renowned actors like Richard Burbage, Richard Cowley, and William Kempe graced these original productions. Shakespeare's theatrical legacy persisted posthumously, though the interregnum period from 1642 to 1660 imposed a ban on public stage performances by Puritan rulers. Following the English Restoration, Shakespeare's plays returned to playhouses with grand sets, music, dance, and spectacular effects. These adaptations raised concerns about altering the text, seen as a disrespectful act to future generations. The company's notable members included Richard Burbage, Will Kempe, Henry Condell, and John Hemmings. Burbage played pivotal roles in debut performances of many Shakespearean plays, such as Richard III, Hamlet, Othello, and King Lear. Comic virtuoso Will Kempe portrayed characters like Peter in Romeo and Juliet and Dogberry in Much Ado About Nothing, succeeded by Robert Armin around the 1600s, acclaimed for roles like Touchstone in As You Like It and the Fool in King Lear. Acting styles of the era remain somewhat elusive, though naturalness was praised in the best performers. Hamlet criticized those who excessively tore at emotions on stage, favoring subtlety over exaggerated passion. The tradition of comic clowns evolved, with Richard Tarleton embodying this role's pinnacle, transitioning to a wit-based humor by the Jacobean era. Clowns' improvised antiques dwindled, often attributed to figures like Kempe, replaced by a more sophisticated verbal wit. Richard Burbage. Richard Burbage emerged as a preeminent English stage actor, garnering widespread acclaim for his performances at the iconic Globe Theatre and beyond. Beyond his thespian prowess, Burbage held roles as a theatre proprietor, enterprising spirit, and even a painter. He stood as the younger sibling of Cuthbert Burbage, both sharing a fervour for dramatic arts and taking to the stage. Richard's close association with William Shakespeare further solidified his impact. Born to James Burbage, an enterprising joiner turned impresario who established the inaugural theatre, Richard Burbage displayed his acting aptitude in his early 20s. Thriving particularly in tragic roles, his initial career stages are somewhat enigmatic. Like other fledgling actors of his era, he may have initially portrayed female characters before embracing the defining roles that would earn him recognition. Given that James Burbage performed for the Earl of Leicester's troupe, Richard likely followed suit. In 1590, Richard Burbage likely joined the Admiral's men, subsequently aligning with Lord Strange's men in 1592 and the Earl of Pembroke's men in 1593. Yet, it was his association with William Shakespeare's theatrical company, the Lord Chamberlain's men, later rechristened the King's men upon James I's ascent in 1603, that catapulted him to stardom. Notably, he took on the titular characters in the inaugural stagings of several Shakespearean plays, encompassing Hamlet, where he potentially influenced the central character and plot, Othello, Richard III, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, and King Lear. Nonetheless, his versatility was evident as he also graced the works of esteemed contemporaries like Ben Jonson, notably as the titular character in Volpone and Subtle in The Alchemist. John Marston, the Malcontent, John Webster, the Duchess of Malfi, and Beaumont and Fletcher, the Maid's Tragedy. Burbage's upbringing within the theatrical milieu, thanks to his father's ownership of a London playhouse, has been credited for his remarkable acting prowess. Unlike his peers, Alleyn and Shakespeare, Burbage remained committed to the stage until his passing at 52 in 1619, never retiring. While not as astute a businessman as his counterparts, he left behind a decent estate for his widow, though comparatively smaller than Alleyn's substantial wealth and Shakespeare's estate upon their respective deaths at the same age in 1616. Richard Cowley. Richard Cowley emerged as a prominent figure in the realm of English Renaissance theatre, forging connections with illustrious peers like William Shakespeare and Richard Burbage within the esteemed Lord Chamberlain's men and the subsequent King's Men acting companies. In approximately 1591, Cowley contributed to the production of The Seven Deadly Sins, a collaborative effort involving personnel from both the Admiral's men and Lord Strange's men, a venture that saw the participation of luminaries such as Richard Burbage. Amidst this theatrical endeavor, Cowley showcased his versatility by portraying 7 minor roles. His journey continued as he embarked on a tour under the guidance of Edward Alleyn in 1593, alongside some of the same individuals. It is speculated that Cowley held an original stake in the Lord Chamberlain's men upon their reformation in 1594. Although details of his career remain scant, he left an imprint by assuming the role of Verges in Much Ado About Nothing, sharing the stage with the likes of William Kempe as Dogberry. Curiously, Cowley's name does not appear in the cast list for 3 Ben Jonson plays performed by the company from 1598 to 1603. Nevertheless, he retained his status as one of the company's shareholders during the transition to the King's Men in 1603, an affirmation of his enduring impact. His involvement was further underscored by an endowment granted to him in the will of Augustine Phillips in 1605. Beyond the realm of the stage, Cowley nurtured a personal life, having entered the bonds of matrimony and fathered 4 children, albeit with the unfortunate loss of 2 at a tender age. His wife, Elizabeth, was laid to rest on 28 September 1616, preceding Cowley's own burial on 12 March 1619. His last testament, bearing witness to his connections, was validated by signatures including those of Cuthbert Burbage, John Hemmings, Thomas Ravenscroft, and John Shanks. William Kempe. William Kempe emerged as a preeminent figure in the realm of comedic performance during the Elizabethan era, solidifying his legacy as one of its most renowned clowns. His reputation as a clown, infused with vibrant humor, blossomed through his tenure as a pivotal member of the Chamberlain's men from approximately 1594 to 1599, during which he stood as an integral part of the company's original composition. Notably, Kempe also garnered widespread acclaim for his captivating dance performances, particularly in the realm of jigs. Kempe's influence extended beyond his comedic prowess as he breathed life into several of Shakespeare's enduring characters during his association with Chamberlain's men. Among his notable portrayals were Dogberry in Much Ado About Nothing and Peter in Romeo and Juliet. It is believed that Kempe also graced the stage as Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream, Lancelot Gobbo in The Merchant of Venice, and even the iconic Falstaff. However, intriguingly, Kempe's name gradually faded from the company's rosters after 1599, marking a departure that remains shrouded in mystery. Scholars and enthusiasts alike have speculated on the underlying reasons for Kempe's exit. A pivotal aspect of his comedic style was his penchant for improvisation, a trait that may have clashed with the era's evolving theatrical norms. A telling reference arises in Shakespeare's Hamlet, where the titular character's admonition to the players, urging them to adhere strictly to their scripted lines, might be a veiled allusion to Kempe's penchant for spontaneous ad-libbing. Additionally, Kempe's vibrant and earthy jigs, while celebrated by some, may not have seamlessly aligned with the company's efforts to cultivate a more refined and sophisticated audience. Ultimately, William Kempe's legacy endures as a vibrant and influential comedic force in the annals of Elizabethan theatre, leaving an indelible mark through his distinctive contributions and memorable portrayals. Armin left an indelible mark on the English stage as a versatile actor and a valued member of the illustrious Lord Chamberlain's Men, a theatre company closely associated with the esteemed playwright William Shakespeare. Notably, Armin rose to prominence as a leading comedy actor within the troupe, stepping into the spotlight after the departure of the renowned Will Kempe around the year 1600. Beyond his remarkable acting talents, Armin also earned renown as a skilled comic author, contributing to the comedic literary landscape. Armin's creative prowess extended beyond the stage, as evidenced by his authorship of notable comedies such as The History of the Two Maids of Morclack, Fool Upon Fool, A Nest of Ninnies, and The Italian Tailor His Boy. His written work showcased his ability to craft humor and entertainment, enriching the comedic repertoire of his time. Of particular significance was Armin's transformative influence on the role of the clown or fool in theatrical performances. He redefined the character, evolving it from a rustic serving man turned comedian to a purveyor of high comedy domestic wit, demonstrating his innovative approach to humor and character portrayal. Armin seamlessly succeeded the esteemed William Kempe as the primary clown performer within the Chamberlain's Men. His debut roles with the company included Dogberry in Much Ado About Nothing, a role he inherited from Kempe, and the witty Touchstone in As You Like It. The latter role, tailored to his distinctive abilities, showcased Armin's unique verbal dexterity, setting him apart from the rustic comedic tradition established by predecessors like Tarleton and Kempe. With Armin's remarkable talents in mind, Shakespeare crafted sharp-tongued fools imbued with wisdom that often surpassed that of more notable characters. Armin's memorable portrayals include Feste in Twelfth Night and the Fool in King Lear, embodying these roles with his signature wit and insight. His contributions extended beyond Shakespearean works, as he also delivered memorable performances such as Abel Drugger in Ben Jonson's The Alchemist and Robin in Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus. Armin's significant contributions to the theatrical arts earned him a notable place in history, and he was duly recognized as one of the principal players in the First Folio, a testament to his enduring impact on the world of English Renaissance theatre. Nathan Field. Nathan Field was one of the principal actors of England's Elizabethan stage. Field attended St. Paul's School, London, and about 1600 became a member of the Children of the Queen's Revels, remaining with his theatre company throughout its various changes of name and composition until 1616 to 17, when he joined the King's Men, possibly to replace Shakespeare as an actor. His name appears on the actors given in the First Folio 1623 of Shakespeare's plays. He was accounted an outstanding player, but he led a notoriously wild life and was forced to quit the stage after a scandal in 1619. Field also wrote two comedies, A Woman is a Weathercock and Ammons for Ladies. He collaborated with Francis Beaumont and John Fletcher and with Philip Massinger.